dreamed about being a doctor, but didn't get much school. I can't stay here while all them go fight for me.
But you figure this war is just going to fit in with your ideas?
While everybody else is taking life, I'm gonna be saving it. And that's gonna be my way to serve.
Hacksaw Ridge is the newest movie directed by Mel Gibson, who's done such beautiful, amazing films like Braveheart, Passion of the Christ, Apocalypto. This is a true story taking place in World War II during the Battle of Okinawa. Hacksaw Ridge was an area that our military had to take over to be able to win the war in Japan. Private Doss, played by Andrew Garfield, is a conscientious objector, meaning he will go into war, he will serve his country, he will not fire a weapon, and he does not want to kill anyone based on his beliefs. Most of the soldiers with him think that he's a coward because of this and don't really trust him. But through this movie, we get to see one of the most courageous and awe-inspiring stories we've ever seen in a war film. Let's get this out of the way. Mel Gibson. What do you guys know him from? Well, there's his great works of art, and then there's his other not-so-great works of art. And from here, we're going to separate the man from the actual product of the film that he's done, which is an incredible movie. First off, Andrew Garfield. This is an Oscar-worthy performance. I remember seeing him back in The Social Network, climbing his way up into being Spider-Man, and now with this, his portrayal of Private Doss is so honest and so thoughtful. He brings so much heart to the character that you believe everything he's saying, and you follow him with what beliefs he has, and you want him to stick to his beliefs. In my opinion, it's perfect casting. Andrew Garfield plays this part to a T, and he does a tremendous job with it. One thing that I really like about this movie is you can kind of categorize this, if you wanted to, as a religious film. For me, I feel like this is a movie more for perseverance and what willpower is able to do to help you stand by your beliefs and also do great things. Private Doss in the movie never really pushes his religion on anybody else, but he takes what his beliefs are and he stands by them. Also, supporting actors are incredible. Hugo Weaving gives one of the best performances I've seen him give in a long time. As an old veteran that has seen war, Vince Vaughn and Sam Worthington, both in their respective roles, do a tremendous job, and they do a really good job of being part of an ensemble cast. I really think Sam Worthington does his best when he's in an ensemble piece rather than him leading his own film, so I'm really glad he was able to be in this. Vince Vaughn gives a great performance as a general in the army that's working with Private Doss. The story overall is inspiring. Everything in the story is true. In fact, Mel Gibson said a lot of the things that people would see as unrealistic they had to take out of the movie because it just was an unrealistic thing to put in, even though it actually happened. Private Doss was able to save over 70 people without ever using a weapon, without ever killing anybody, and that's an amazing feat. The first act really starts out with a slow pace, kind of building Andrew Garfield's character. You see his romance with his soon-to-be wife, as well as all of the relationships that he has and why his decision to go to war is such a big one and how it's going to affect his family. And while the first act is a little bit slow paced, the second act, once they actually get into the battle scenes in the war, is one of the most energetic and suspenseful parts of the movie. The violence is hard-hitting. It is blunt. You see war the way that war, I'd imagine, is being portrayed. And the reason I say that is because a lot of veterans, after seeing Hacksaw Ridge, had said that this was very, very, very close to what they were seeing when they were there as well, these soldiers that were at Hacksaw Ridge. Mel Gibson said this is a movie for veterans, and I absolutely believe it. This is a fantastic film. I would strongly recommend going and checking it out. Hacksaw Ridge is full of heart, it's full of emotion, it has impact, it's a true story, and you will leave this movie feeling much better than you did going in. It is a fantastic film. Andrew Garfield gives a great performance, although sometimes the pacing is off because it's going from a slow-paced kind of romantic film into a war film, and it does seem to be a little too long as in some areas, particularly in the first act where the overarching movie is about 3 hours. I think they could have cut a little bit out, but overall this is a fantastic film. I'm really nitpicking at this point. I'm gonna do it. Here we go. Hacksaw Ridge gets a 10 out of 10. Guys, tell me what you thought of Hacksaw Ridge. What do you think of Mel Gibson's movies? What's your favorite? Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you so much as always for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you at the next review.